I start every day with one goal in mind: burn fat before the rest of the world even wakes up. Not by starving myself or running miles in the dark. I do it with a few simple habits that make all the difference. Most people overlook mornings as the best time to set your body up for fat loss. But when you use that time right, your body becomes more efficient at burning fat naturally. This is exactly what I do every morning to burn fat and feel better all day. Right after waking up, I drink a large glass of water. It might sound too simple, but it works. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. That affects how your metabolism works. Drinking water first thing in the morning helps restart digestion, supports your organs, and increases calorie burn. One study found that drinking about 500 milliliters of water increased metabolism by up to 30% for over an hour. That means you're already burning more calories before breakfast just by rehydrating your body. It also helps control hunger. Sometimes what feels like hunger is just thirst. If you start your day with water, you're less likely to overeat later. Next, I go outside and get a few minutes of morning sunlight. That early light tells your body it's time to be awake and alert. It helps regulate your internal clock, which affects everything from your sleep to your metabolism. Sunlight in the morning helps manage cortisol, which is one of the main stress hormones. Cortisol naturally rises in the morning, but if it spikes too high from stress or artificial light, it can make it harder to burn fat. Getting natural light in the first hour of waking helps keep cortisol in check. Studies also show that exposure to morning sunlight is linked to lower body mass index and better fat burning activity through better hormone balance. Then I move my body, but not too hard. I do around 15 minutes of light fasted cardio. This could be a walk, stretching, or gentle cycling, nothing intense. The point is to get your blood flowing and start using stored fat for energy. When you do light cardio without eating first, your body turns to fat stores instead of the energy from food. This is known as fat oxidation. It doesn't mean you burn thousands of calories, but it does help train your body to become better at using fat as fuel. It also boosts mood and energy for the rest of the day. After that, I make sure I avoid eating a high sugar or high carb breakfast. These kinds of foods cause a sharp rise in blood sugar. That gives you a quick burst of energy followed by a crash. When your blood sugar drops, you feel hungry again and usually crave more carbs. This cycle can throw off your energy levels and lead to weight gain over time. A lot of common breakfast foods like sweet cereal, pastries, or even white toast can set you up for this kind of crash. Skipping those helps keep my energy balanced and reduces cravings during the day. Instead of a sugary breakfast, I eat something with plenty of protein. Protein helps burn more calories during digestion compared to fats or carbs. This is called the thermic effect of food. It also helps you feel full longer because it reduces the hunger hormone called ghrelin and increases other hormones that signal satiety. When I start the day with eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein shake, I notice a clear difference in how much I eat for the rest of the day. I don't need to snack between meals, and I don't feel sluggish. A high-protein breakfast sets a strong tone for eating better all day long. Another habit I've added to my morning routine is taking a few key supplements. The two that make the biggest difference for me are omega-3 fatty acids and magnesium. Omega-3s help lower inflammation, which can make fat loss more difficult when left unchecked. They also support hormonal balance and improve how your body uses insulin, which affects how fat is stored. Magnesium plays an important role in over 300 processes in the body, including blood sugar control and energy production. Many people are low in magnesium without knowing it. Adding these two supplements has helped me reduce fatigue and support my metabolism throughout the day. One of the biggest changes I made to my mornings was putting down my phone. I used to check emails and notifications as soon as I woke up. I thought I was being productive, but the truth is, this habit triggered stress right away. When you start your day with digital noise, your cortisol levels spike. That early stress response can affect how your body stores fat, especially around the belly. Now I give myself at least 30 minutes in the morning with no screen. I feel calmer and more focused, and my body isn't starting the day in fight or flight mode. Right after I put my phone away, I sit down for 5 minutes and do deep breathing or a short meditation. This doesn't mean I empty my mind or sit in silence for hours. It just means I breathe slowly and bring awareness to how I feel. Even 5 minutes of this kind of breathing lowers cortisol. When cortisol stays elevated, it's harder to burn fat, especially around the abdomen. Chronic stress makes it easier to hold on to weight and harder to stick to healthy habits. A few quiet minutes in the morning resets my nervous system and helps me make better choices throughout the day. Sometimes I follow this with a cup of green tea or black coffee. These both contain caffeine, which can raise your metabolic rate and help with fat burning. Green tea also contains antioxidants called catechins that may increase fat oxidation. I don't overdo it because too much caffeine can raise anxiety or affect sleep, but a moderate amount helps give me a mental and physical boost without added sugar or calories. Just 1 cup can improve alertness and support better physical performance throughout the day. The final thing I do every morning is set one clear intention or goal for the day. This sounds simple, but it helps a lot with consistency. I decide what I want to focus on, whether it's sticking to my meals, moving more, or avoiding distractions. When I start the day with purpose, I'm less likely to give in to emotional eating or lose motivation. It gives structure to the rest of the day. Mental clarity is just as important as physical effort when it comes to reaching health goals. If some of these habits don't fit your lifestyle right now, there are plenty of alternatives that can still support fat burning in the morning. If going outside for sunlight isn't possible, use a bright light therapy box for about 15 minutes while you have your water. This can mimic the effect of natural sunlight and help reset your body clock. If fasted cardio isn't for you, even 5 minutes of stretching, yoga, or mobility work can increase blood flow and wake up your metabolism. For breakfast, if you can't stomach eggs or yogurt, think about having a protein smoothie with a scoop of protein powder, a bit of nut butter, and some frozen berries. This combination keeps you full and energized without the sugar crash. If you're short on time, prepare overnight oats with added protein powder and chia seeds. Just skip the sugary toppings. If you don't want to take supplements right away, try getting omega-3s through flax seeds or chia seeds added to your breakfast. For magnesium, eat a banana or a handful of pumpkin seeds. These natural sources can still help your metabolism without needing capsules. If putting away your phone sounds too hard at first, try using the first 15 minutes of your day for something else. Listen to music. Take a few deep breaths. Do a simple journal entry. Even a small break from your phone can lower anxiety and help you start the day with more focus. Finally, if setting a goal each morning feels like a chore, just ask yourself one question. What's one thing I can do today to support my health? It could be drinking enough water, skipping dessert, or getting to bed on time. One small goal done daily builds momentum fast. This routine doesn't require perfection, it just requires intention. A few smart choices made every morning add up to real progress. If you build these habits into your life, fat loss becomes less about effort and more about structure. What does your morning routine look like at the moment? And what are some changes that you think would make a real difference? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.